So Diana Rossini broke the story that Zach Wilson was asked to play, and he didn't want to play. The kid from BYU, the quarterback, it hasn't worked. We don't need to go into details on that. It hasn't worked. So he was asked to play after he was benched, and he's like, I don't want to play. And the Jets are freaking out. Who's leaking it? Where's it coming from? And Diana Rossini is doubling down on her report on the Michael Kay show in New York. Aaron wanted all the power, all the attention, all the leverage, all his guys. He got it, and it's a remarkable mess. Green Bay's just humming along, and so is Mike McCarthy. You know, it's been interesting to watch Aaron, who I was very critical of early, but I did acknowledge I liked him better than Favre, and he's one of the great throwers of the football up there with Dan Marino and Joe Montana I've ever seen. Then he got a little weird. Sometimes guys do. They're older, never married, no kids, not even sure he has a dog. It's all about him. I've seen other guys like that. Gets richer and richer. A little stranger. He views himself now as an oracle, a truth teller, above cliched narratives of the media or the government, above mandates, above vaccines, not beholden to structure or norms of society like the rest of us mere mortals. He is a prophet, a guru. Well, here's a cold, hard truth. Green Bay is laughing this morning. Brian Gutekunst is probably texting Joe Douglas, welcome to my world. Here's another truth. To be friends with Aaron, it's always got to be on his terms. He'll dictate what you need to do, and you'll need to comply. Those are the realities of Aaron. For years, there were passive-aggressive shots at Gutekunst and Matt LaFleur at the end, and I had two different Packer teammates tell me he would roll his eyes at Mike McCarthy in the huddle. Mike McCarthy's doing just fine now. Yes, you wanted the smoke, Aaron, and now you've got it. The New York media, the dysfunction of the Jets, this is what they are. Green Bay is currently in the playoffs, and the Jets are tied for the second worst record in the AFC. Colin, it's not his fault. Well, he wanted Alan Lazard, and he wanted Nat Hackett, and, of course, that running back, Dalvin Cook, was on the market, and I'm sure he made it clear it would be nice to have another running back, even though I said on this show, you've got Breece Hall. Running back's not an issue. Fix the O-line. But Aaron knew better. Why not? He's a guru, a truth teller, Joe Rogan with a spiral. He has all the answers. Oh, boy. You know, the Green Bay Packers, bless their little Dockers-wearing hearts, are a lot like Disneyland. They've never been the coolest place, but it's easy to have a good time there. Green Bay just keeps chugging along, doing what they do, finding the next quarterback, making him sit on a bench for 3 years and watch another great quarterback. Then that quarterback, Favre or Rodgers, falls in love with Favre and Rodgers, and then they let him go to the Jets, and then it's a grease fire. And then Green Bay actually for a year, it's a little bumpy with the first year Aaron and the first year Jordan Love, but you look up a little while down the road, and Green Bay's still winning, and the Jets are still a tire fire. Aaron's truth was a silence retreat. The NFL's truth, the Jets are always noisy. Welcome to the jungle. You were at a winning organization and were increasingly unimportant in that winning organization. And at the end, coddled in that winning organization. They went above and beyond. You went to a retreat and then were shocked when you came out and they said, okay, enough is enough. We're going to go with the kid. Can't blame Green Bay. These are choices we all make. I say it often. Mirrors still work. Head into the bathroom, stare at it. We become reluctant to. This is all of Aaron's making. He could very well right now, had he embraced those young receivers in Green Bay, who, by the way, a year later, look damn good. All those receivers you were impatient with last year, they look good. And Jordan Love gets to play with those guys for the next 4 and 5 years? They're not even paying him for 3 and 4 years. Jets could use a second receiver. As far as I can tell, Green Bay has 4 I like, and the money to go buy another if they wanted. Guru, oracle, you're a football player, handsome guy, rich, good at what you do. Let people do what they do. You throw a football like you do, and that's how good organizations run. Brady left New England for years, but he acknowledged as he left and became a dynasty that he had no real say in personnel. Either did Joe Montana in San Francisco. Either does Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. Know what you know, do what you do, and let others respectfully do what they do. Aaron wanted power, smoke, and leverage. You got it. You got it. All right, so last night was a really, really high-end regular season game in the NBA. They've created this in-season tournament, and there's a lot of grumpy people that don't like it, but for whatever reason, the players like it, and they're playing really hard. And 2 nights ago, we got the Celtics and the Pacers, and it felt like a playoff game. And last night, I'm watching the Suns and the Lakers, and my takeaway is, damn, these guys are fighting for rebounds. These guys are fighting for loose balls. This is good. Now, the Suns got hosed at the end on a bad call, but it was a go-either-way game. Both teams will be fine. Bradley Beal wasn't there. Suns never have their full roster. But in the end, it was a very, very good game. You can't call a timeout if you don't have possession. The Lakers didn't have possession. Austin Reeves, loose ball. It's a bad call against the Suns, and the Lakers went on to win. It's not going to affect anything big picture for the NBA, but it was a bad call. Lakers got the call at home. Suns didn't on the road. But I'm sitting there thinking about that game after. LeBron's been a Laker now. This is year 6. And since he's arrived, he's been way better than I thought he would be for a longer period of time. He's been way better. And the Lakers roster and teams have actually been kind of worse than I thought they would be. I figured LeBron, 38 years old, about to be 39, at this point, would be giving you about 17 points a night. He takes care of his body, playing about 50 games a year, and kind of like have a supporting cast around him that can, do the lifting. That's not what it is. LeBron is still the go-to player for the Lakers. He is their offensive stallion in the fourth quarter. Anthony Davis is the better defensive player, but he disappears long stretches, long halves. LeBron is their go-to player in the fourth, and some nights he's the best player on the team. Best player on the floor. I got nothing against Austin Reeves. He should be a good number 5 starter or first guy off a bench. I like Rui. Jared Vanderbilt doesn't give you much offensively. D'Angelo Russell's a little screwy for me. I wouldn't have signed him to an extension, but he's got some talent. But the Lakers largely, to be honest, have let LeBron down. And LeBron doesn't pout. He's a Mason, brick after brick. He remarkably leads the NBA. I'm going to read this slowly. In shots made in the fourth quarter over Giannis, Luka, Steph, Tatum, Jokic. The heck? Leads the NBA in shots made. 6 years in, he's been better than I thought. Delivered big moments 2-3 times more often than I thought he would. And the Lakers have kind of let him down. He could have easily, after the title in the bubble, faded into the background. The Lakers, as an ownership group, the Buss family is one of the poorest actually in the NBA. It's like your local grocery store chain. And LeBron's the patriarch, like the restaurant, where he wants to hand it over to the kids to run the restaurant. But there's LeBron every night, mopping the floors, making the last hamburger, making the last meal, serving the last customer, closing the shop every night. It's really been remarkable to watch. Head down, grateful, 6 year, no slowing down, jet fuel in the fourth, still carries the team. And against the Phoenix Suns and Kevin Durant and all that talent on the floor, he was the best player in the game late. That is insane. I don't know how, as he turns 39, they're going to keep getting these minutes out of LeBron in the fourth quarter. But sometimes I feel like Brady at the end, I felt like I was just getting bonus games. It was like Brady's career's over. This is like the bonus section of Brady's career. I don't really deserve these. None of us really deserve them. This doesn't make any sense. Like genetically, it doesn't make any sense what Tom Brady did, what LeBron's doing. But for 6 years, I know there's a lot of LeBron critics. He has over-delivered. And the Lakers, frankly, have kind of under-delivered. Look at the roster. Probably not beating the Celtics. It's not beating Denver. If Bradley Beal ever plays consistently, probably not going to beat Phoenix. Pretty impressive stuff.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.